As China's and Russia's combined naval might continues to grow, America appears to be preparing for its worst maritime confrontation yet. Watch how the United States deliberately sank a retired warship using kamikaze-style sea drones in a dramatic show of evolving naval warfare. Is Washington sending Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping a stern warning through this powerful display of military strength in the Pacific? Has the US Navy begun borrowing battlefield lessons from Ukraine to counter the growing threat posed by the warships of Putin and Xi? The US Navy has begun deploying Ukraine-style kamikaze sea drones during a major military exercise conducted off the coast of Hawaii. The unmanned surface drones were used to successfully sink a decommissioned amphibious assault ship during the large-scale naval exercise. This powerful display of firepower unfolded during the biennial and multinational Rim of the Pacific 2026 exercise involving Allied naval forces. Reports suggest the US Navy drew direct inspiration from Ukraine's devastating attacks against Russia's Black Sea Fleet while planning the drills. Not just sea drones, the US Navy also unleashed Harpoon, Spike, and Razor missiles as part of a high-intensity combat exercise. The US Navy is reportedly moving to rapidly accelerate the induction of unmanned sea drones into its future operational fleet. Earlier in July, a Ukrainian defense company signed an agreement to begin manufacturing advanced sea drones inside the United States. According to a Militarini report, thousands of Ukrainian-designed sea drones could eventually be produced in the United States every year. Reports indicate the US Navy is repeatedly practicing the destruction of retired vessels to prepare for a possible confrontation with China's expanding naval fleet. Satellite images have revealed a new Chinese nuclear attack submarine under construction at Jiangnan shipyard, highlighting a major undersea upgrade just as Beijing accelerates its broader naval expansion. The vessel features an extremely low-profile sail compared with older designs, signaling a deliberate shift toward a sleeker silhouette that presents less structure above the main hull. This radically minimized sail is aimed at reducing drag, flow noise, and the chances of detection underwater, allowing the submarine to move more efficiently and quietly through the water while creating a smaller acoustic and radar signature for adversaries to track. By almost eliminating the traditional conning tower, the design trades some handling ease and topside ergonomics for improved stealth and hydrodynamics, prioritizing survivability and covert approach over classic above-water visibility and command space. Subsequent clearer imagery showed that the boat in fact carries a very low sail rather than being truly sailless, indicating that China is experimenting with an intermediate configuration that preserves essential sensors and masts while still cutting its profile dramatically. Details of this discovery were reported on July 23 by the defense news outlet Defense Security Asia, which framed the submarine as a potential harbinger of how future Chinese attack boats will seek to outpace and outhide US and allied undersea forces. The submarine is estimated to be about 120 meters long with a beam of roughly 10 to 11 meters, placing it among the larger attack boat hulls in China's fleet and signaling significant internal volume for reactors, weapons, and sensors. Analysts note that this size exceeds the dimensions of the Type 093 Shang class and brings it into the same general hull length category as U.S. Virginia-class submarines, suggesting Beijing is pursuing a comparable blue-water, long-endurance attack role. These dimensions firmly place the craft in nuclear attack submarine territory, according to expert assessments, because the overall length, displacement envelope, and beam align with known nuclear-powered fast attack designs rather than smaller coastal boats. Specialists also argue that the vessel is far too large to be a diesel-electric submarine and too narrow to house the massive missile compartment needed for a modern ballistic missile SSBM, reinforcing the view that this is a purpose-built nuclear attack boat rather than a strategic missile carrier. The submarine was reportedly built at Jiangnan shipyard, a yard better known for turning out aircraft carriers and large surface warships, which makes this nuclear hull a clear sign that Beijing is expanding what that facility can do. This development marks a significant extension of China's undersea industrial base beyond its long-established nuclear center at Huludao, giving the Navy more than one major yard capable of building nuclear-powered submarines. Earlier in 2026, a Type 095 nuclear-powered attack submarine was sighted at the Bohai/Huludao shipyard, showing that advanced next-generation designs are still flowing out of China's traditional submarine cradle. Taken together, These boats indicate that China now operates parallel nuclear production lines, allowing it to push multiple classes or iterations of attack submarines through the pipeline at the same time. For the United States and its allies, the presence of two nuclear-capable shipyards means China can expand its submarine fleet faster and more broadly, shrinking warning timelines and complicating long-term undersea force planning. China is also now producing quieter, faster nuclear submarines at more than 1 yard, marrying industrial scale with generational improvements in stealth, propulsion, and noise reduction. Even as America sharpens its maritime capabilities, Russia is upgrading its own arsenal with the return of its nuclear-powered battlecruiser. Russia's nuclear-powered battlecruiser Admiral Nakhimov has returned after nearly 27 years away from active service. The 28,000-ton Kirov-class warship is completing final sea trials before formally rejoining Russia's northern fleet. Its modernization reportedly took more than 2 decades, transforming the Cold War cruiser into a modern combat platform. The battlecruiser now carries around 80 universal launch cells capable of firing Caliber, Onyx, and Zircon hypersonic missiles. It is also equipped with the Fort M long-range air defense system to defend against aircraft and missile threats. Satellite imagery confirmed the ship's arrival at Severomorsk on Russia's Kola Peninsula after years in overhaul. Russian officials say the vessel will strengthen Moscow's military posture across the Arctic and North Atlantic. With sister ship Pyotr Veliky expected to retire, Admiral Nakhimov is set to become Russia's only operational Kirov-class battlecruiser. Defense analysts say its return could force NATO to devote more surveillance and tracking resources to the high north. The vessel's decades-long overhaul also reflects the immense cost and complexity of maintaining Russia's largest surface warships.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you'll have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.